Don Quixote and the Barber. In a Spanish village called La Mancha lived a certain gentleman. All day long and then through the night he read exciting stories about brave knights who lived in the olden days. He thought so much about knights that he began to imagine he was a knight himself. From his store he fished out some rusty armor, a broken helmet, and a crooked lance, and gave himself a grand name, Don Quixote. Next, Don Quixote looked for a squire, for in the old days a knight always had a squire to attend to him. He met a plump and friendly peasant by the name of Sancho Panza, who agreed to be his squire. Then the two set off in search of adventure. Don Quixote rode his old mare, which he grandly called Rocinante, and Sancho Panza followed on his grey mule, Dapple. After a few adventures, Sancho Panza realized that his master was an unusual man, perhaps even a little mad. One day, they arrived at a forest between two villages. Now, these neighboring villages were so small that they shared the same barber. As it happened, the barber was coming down the road on horseback from the opposite direction. On his head he had placed a large brass bowl, which was not a strange action if you consider that the bowl sheltered the barber from the sharp sun. It was a well-polished bowl, and it gleamed like gold and reflected the sun in flashes. The barber trotted along dreamily, humming to himself. At the sight of the man on horseback, Don Quixote became most excited. He pointed in the direction of the barber on horseback.
"Sancho, can you see what I see?"
"Yes, master. That is a barber on horseback."
"You are a fool,"
exclaimed Don Quixote.
"Have you not heard of the great Mambrino, who owned a golden helmet with magic powers? Mambrino died, and his magic helmet was stolen by evil men."
Don Quixote now got so excited that he jumped up and down on his horse.
"That villain has Mambrino's golden helmet. See how it shines in the sun."
"But, master,"
pleaded Sancho Panza,
"he is only a barber, and he is carrying an ordinary shaving bowl on his head."
Don Quixote turned pale with anger.
"You are a stupid peasant who doesn't understand anything but turnips and cabbages. That man has stolen the great Mambrino's helmet, and I, Don Quixote, am going to take it from him."
Saying this, Don Quixote lifted his crooked lance in the air, dug his heels into his horse, and charged at the barber. At the sight of this angry old man galloping towards him, waving a crooked lance, the barber decided to flee. The brass bowl fell to the ground as he leapt off his horse and escaped into the forest. Don Quixote picked up the bowl with loving hands and immediately put it on his head. The enormous bowl covered his eyes and ears, and his proud voice could be heard only dimly behind it. At this funny sight, Sancho burst out laughing.
"What are you laughing at, Sancho?"
said Don Quixote.
"I was just thinking what a big head the owner of the helmet had,"
said Sancho.
Please subscribe.